This is Texans TV.
Welcome into Texans 360. We've got a great show for you. The way that we always do, we go one-on-one with tight end Dalton Schultz, a deeper dive on linebacker Blake Cashman's story. But first, let's take a look at some of the sights and sounds from that game at Atlanta. That's where Schultz actually caught his second touchdown of the season. Let's take a look back at last week's game.
In Atlanta, the Houston Texans try to run their record to 3-2 today as they take on the Atlanta Falcons. First matchup between these two squads since 2019. The Texans won that one at home. Texans clad in all Liberty white today as they welcome back Cameron Johnston at punter and, most importantly, Laramie Tunsil at left tackle.
1, 2, 3, up front! All day, baby! Come on, now! Yeah, I got something. Yeah, ready, straight! I love yeah, boy, move! Let's go! Come on! Bring it right! Let's go! Let's go!
Roof open today. It's more like a sunroof, circular, letting in some sunshine on the Texans bench area, but it is a gorgeous day outdoors in Atlanta. A great day to have the roof open. Stroud gets the snap. He's going to throw, and over the middle to Schultz, 35-30, and ripped down at the 28-yard line by Ellis. First down, Houston. Damian over right guard, 32-yard line, and he makes it that far for a 7-yard gain. Johnston with the hold. The kick is up, and it's good, and the Texans score first. Robinson again, running left, and this time, ball is out. There's a fight for it. Texans say they have it at the 30-yard line. Texans have the ball. They get the takeaway. Robinson with the fumble.
Well, Khalil Davis forced that fumble.
Stroud gets the snap, throws over the middle. Got a man. First down in Falcons territory. Hands off to Pierce. Over left guard, 30, 35. Gang tackle across the 37-yard line. The snap, Johnston with the hold. The kick is up. And Fairbairn is 4 for 4. Ritter, play action, throwing downfield and caught. And the ball is out. And the Texans pick it up. They've got the rock. The takeaway by the Texans. Houston football at the Falcons 18. CJ gets the snap. CJ looking, firing to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Dalton Schultz! They do it! 18-yard touchdown pass to the tight end, and the Texans can take the lead with the extra point. Snap, Johnston with the hold. The kick is up. It's good, and the Texans take the lead. Koo will try for the victory. If he misses it, the Texans win it. Here's the spot. Here's the kick. And you hear the reaction. There's a flag down. Koo made it, and the Falcons win it, snapping their 2-game winning streak. And they'll try again as they return to NRG Stadium to face the New Orleans Saints 1 week from today.
We caught up with the head coach, DeMeco Ryans, to talk a little bit about that Atlanta game. Also, to look ahead to the New Orleans Saints, he sat down with our very own Mark Vandermeer and John Harris.
We welcome into the Hyundai Texans radio studio Coach DeMeco Ryans. Coach, great to see you. Before we talk about the Saints, let's review what happened at Atlanta. Some really encouraging, good things, but also down the stretch having trouble stopping the opponent for that final field goal drive.
Yeah, very, very encouraging. things that happened in that game on Sunday. Love the way our guys showed up. They showed up with the right mindset. They played physical. They finished, right? And I love that about our team. And we are very close, and guys see that. But you also see what it takes to win in this league, and it's those precise details that we kind of missed out on. A lot of plays, had a lot of what I call missed ops, like a lot of missed opportunities, whether it was on offense to create some explosives, to move the ball, right, convert on third downs. Defensively, missed opportunities. We're in position to take the ball away at times, and we didn't make those plays, right? Every game, you're going to have an opportunity to change the game and make a play. Are we doing it in those critical moments? And that's where we fell short.
Coach, you've seen a lot from your rookie quarterback the first 4 games, but a 2-minute drive at the end of a game. You've been really good with the 2-minute drives. I talked about it at halftime. Your end of halves, the last 3 halves, you basically kicked a field goal on the last play of the first half. But to do it in crunch time, to do it in the 2-minute situation the way that he did it, what'd you learn about your quarterback that maybe you didn't know yesterday?
Yeah, you learn, you kind of see it, right, come to life, the poise that you have to play quarterback in this league. Like CJ didn't blink. He drove the offense down. He made the right decisions when it was time to – what I'm most proud of, when it's time to check the ball down, it's not there. He checks the ball down, right, and we're able to gain an explosive on a check down. Just seeing him operate in a critical situation, but seeing him operate with poise, seeing the decision-making still be on point, it was encouraging.
I got to think that you're not only teacher of technique as a head coach, but you're also part-time psychologist. And you've got these young players, Coach. I think sometimes people forget how young a team you are, the ebb and flow of weekly life in the NFL and how hard it is. How much do you have to talk to them about the psychology of it all?
A lot. There's a lot that goes into it. It's just that mental strain, like playing in the league, it's hard, right? Yeah. Every week. And it's different than any other job where you're going to have that final exam is what I call it on Sunday, and everybody's either going to be the best of the best or the worst of the worst.
It's pass or fail, right?
Yeah, it's pass or fail. So it's in this job profession that we have, you have to keep the blinders on, right? And you have to really stay focused on your job and what you're doing. And for me, it's just constantly driving home the mindset that we have to play with, right? How we have to operate, how you have to practice, how you have to be precise to win in this league. A lot of games are won by one possession, right? And our guys being in this game and seeing that, you see now what it takes. And you can't be relaxed first and second quarter, third quarter. You can't be relaxed in those moments. Like, that was the play of the game, right? Missing that tackle. That was the play of the game. And if you don't look at it like that, each and every play is the play of the game, that's where you kind of lose it a little bit. So guys just being on it, staying on it, it takes a mentally strong, mentally tough person to play in this league and to be a successful player in the league.
The Saints coming in here, back to NRG Stadium. It's a team you saw in the preseason, but obviously preseason's much different than the regular season, and you're going to see him here. Your thoughts about Derek Carr and the Saints coming in here on Sunday?
Yeah, I think with the Saints, I think first and foremost it starts with their defense, right? Their defense has been stout throughout the year. Dennis has done a great job of they're an aggressive defense. They play tight coverage on the outside, so we're going to have a challenge there when it comes to their defense and offensively at getting Alvin Kamara back. And now he's starting to get going a little bit. He's one of the toughest backs in the league. You talk about a guy, great contact balance. It's going to take everybody. Swarming, getting them down, not only run game, but he's really great in the passing game. So we have to be on it there. And it's playmakers all over the field. Them adding Derek Carr to their team, I think that's helped them a lot. Right? Derek has been consistent quarterback in this league for a while, made a ton of plays, Pro Bowl player. We're going to have our hands full, but we know we have – and it's a tough matchup, right? I think we learned a lot from this last game versus the Falcons. We see how close we've been as a team. Now it's time for us to take those learning lessons, take them to the field on Sunday, and to come out with the win.
The Houston Texans celebrated their 4th annual Founders Day last week in honor of the late Robert C. McNair. October 6, 1999 marked the day the NFL awarded its 32nd franchise to the McNairs and the city of Houston. The Texans began an annual tradition to honor the memory and legacy of McNair with a company-wide community initiative. This year, Texans players, coaches, executives, and staff built 2,500 STEM kits. On October 6th, Texans Chair and CEO Cal McNair, Vice President of the Houston Texans Foundation Hannah McNair, along with Texans legends Anthony Hill and Tim Jamison, Toro, and Texans cheerleaders then distributed the STEM kits to students at Sharon Elementary School. Welcome back to the Ford Studio. Texans 360 rolls on, and Blake Cashman, he's been around the ball quite a bit. He's been around the quarterbacks quite a bit as well. Has really stepped up in his second season with the Texans at linebacker. He came from the Jets, but let's find out a little bit more about the guy that Jalen Petrie likes to call Cash Money Records in My Story, My Game.
I grew up in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. It's about 25 minutes southwest of Minneapolis, Twin Cities. And growing up, I was that kid involved in every activity, every camp, every sport you can think of. But as I got into middle school, started, narrowing down my two sports that were football and basketball. And a fun fact that I don't think a lot of people know is I almost turned down my preferred walk-on offer I got from the University of Minnesota, and I was going to go to, at the time, it was a Division III school. My dad went to the University of St. Thomas, and I was going to go play football and basketball. But I attended Eden Prairie High School. Every year I was in high school for 4 straight years. We won the state title. I guess we're considered the powerhouse in Minnesota. But I remember, my senior year being the most special. Although we were the #1 seed the whole year, we faced a lot of adversity every playoff game and even the state title. Being dominated in the entire first half of a game can be overwhelming, but myself and my teammates, we persevered and ended up coming back and winning 3 games in a row and taking home the state title for what was our 4th straight year. So that was a very emotional year, and I would argue some of the best memories I have playing football in my life.
Touchdown by interception by Blake.
College was also a great experience for me. When I look back at it, I actually was a walk-on, did not receive a scholarship, but I quickly knew, probably within my 2nd week of summer workouts at Minnesota, that I could earn a scholarship. I believed that and had the confidence. And I think I was one of 9 or 10 freshmen from our class that actually didn't redshirt and played right away. I'll never forget, we were playing TCU at home on a Thursday night to open up the season, 2015, and the 2nd-ranked team in the country at the time. And I remember the first play I was going in there was for punt return. And, I've played a lot of special teams, and it kind of just becomes clockwork at this point for me. But I remember I was so nervous. I almost blacked out. I remember I lined up, I was right over the ball, but it was so noisy. But Minnesota was awesome. Had 3 different head coaches, and, that is something I think that also helped me in the NFL. Made a lot of good relationships with my teammates and lifelong friends, and it's something I'll cherish forever. Being drafted by the Jets in the 5th round was very exciting. Moment I'll never forget. But I quickly was thrown into a starting role. We lost our star linebacker, C.J. Mosley, to an injury. It was next man up mentality here in the NFL. And so I quickly got a lot of time on the field, gained experience, and I felt like I was playing really well each week, getting better and better. Unfortunately, the next couple of years after that, I battled injuries, and that kept me from being on the field. But I felt like once I got traded from the Jets to Houston, it was like a fresh new start, and it's been really good for me mentally, personally, and for my career.
At their 38, Lawrence in the gun. A back to his left, 2 receivers left side. Lawrence gets the snap, Texans showing pressure. Here's a throw over the middle. Picked off at the 50-yard line. Texans have it. Blake Cashman with the INT.
It's been a blessing, and right now I think I'm considered what would be like a special teams ace. I love special teams. It's just you go out there, play the game, but you're just hunting for the ball, and it's something I've always enjoyed doing, even since the Little League days. But this season I hope to have a bigger role on defense. It's a defensive system I'm familiar with and have picked up on very well. So I'm looking forward to a great year for me personally, but also for our team.
Welcome back to the Ford Studio. More of Texans 360, and I catch up with a player every single week. This week, I caught up with Mr. Touchdown tight end Dalton Schultz. We'll be celebrating National Tight Ends Month later on this month, but I had a good chat with Schultz in this week's Deep Slant. Dalton Schultz on the Deep Slant, presented by Xfinity. Dalton, first of all, I love your Instagram handle, Bingham Baller 9.
Yeah, you said it right.
Is it Bingham?
Nice. Yep.
Okay, Bingham, your high school in your town that you grew up in. Also, it's 9, so there's like 8 ballers ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm the 9th one. It's a deep list. Twitter was sort of 9 is like my favorite number. I've worn 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've worn 9 since high school, so that's kind of where it originated.
You grew up in Utah. You wore 9 in high school. Were you a tight end in high school as well?
Yep.
You've always been a tight end. Okay,
So I grew up my 8 to 13. I was a center, like a guard.
Okay.
And then when I hit 13. Dropped a bunch of weight, made weight for my last year at Little League because we had the X-Man rule.
Okay.
Which I don't know if people.
No, I don't know what that is.
So it's if you're over a certain weight threshold, they put an X on your helmet. You can't carry the ball.
Oh.
So I got under that threshold so I could be outside linebacker, tight end, and then I got to high school and then became a
tight end.
A tight end. We had enough players on our team where we could kind of platoon style.
Sure.
So we had 11 on offense and then 11 on defense. So
in Utah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we were one of the we were a bigger school in Utah.
I was gonna say a big high school powerhouse in Utah.
Yeah, we weren't necessarily
Who knew Bingham
back then, but yeah.
Okay, so then you went to Stanford. So Stanford was your first choice. Any other schools that you were thinking about?
In-state, I probably would have gone to Utah. I'm not a BYU guy at all. I know it's the holy war. The
everybody
in-state
goes
holy
to
war.
Right. Okay.
I wanted to get out of not of the country, of the state.
The country of Utah.
Yeah, the country too. Yeah. And so I wanted to pursue a place that would kind of benefit me, not only in the football side but the academic side.
Intellectually
obviously,
too. Yeah.
Stanford. You can't really beat it.
No, you cannot.
Especially when I was coming out and they were kind of in the mix for national title contention, and so yeah, I think that was just a no-brainer for me. So I was like, dude, this is amazing. You guys use 3-4 tight ends at a time, run the ball well, throw the ball well. I want to be a part of it.
You didn't get an engineering degree or anything like that,
nah,
Andrew Luck, right?
It was a BS though. I did get a BS. It was an STS, which is Science, Technology, and Society.
Science, Technology, and Society.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So that was one of the majors that you could kind of it was a little more flexible than some of the other ones, and so I was able to kind of make my own course plan and course load, and I structured it around. I completely structured it around video game design.
Well, all right. So I wanted to wish you an early happy National Tight Ends Day.
Thank you. Big day.
Do you celebrate? How do you celebrate your big holiday
Touchdowns.
every year? Touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
celebrate
to see
with
it.
touchdowns in the end zone.
Okay. Do you have a favorite play?
Block, release, catch, spike.
Okay.
Yeah, any play with that.
Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, you block and then you release and then you catch it and you spike it. Yeah.
I was like, he's literally going to describe what the play is called.
Sweet.
I was thinking more details, but
sweet. No, that's all the detail. That's very
block, catch, release.
Yeah.
Okay, so
block, release,
catch. I've already messed up the play. Yeah. Block, release, catch. I'm wishing you lots of touchdowns for National Tight Ends Day. It was a pleasure to sit down and chat with you.
Thanks.
Actually, can you sign our wall too while you're at it? I almost forgot. Thanks.
Heck yeah.
You can sign anywhere. Pick a square.
A sign over that one.
Don't sign over JJ. We just created this set a few weeks ago, so we're trying to, I love it. That's perfect. Thank you so much,
Sweet.
Dalton. Final segment of Texans 360. It's Crucial Catch Month around the NFL, and the Texans held their own Crucial Catch event earlier in the week. It's a cause near and dear to the McNair's heart, and it was a really special event for all.
We welcome you officially to our Crucial Catch celebration presented by our friends at Kroger. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here today.
This week, the Houston Texans partnered with Kroger to host a Crucial Catch celebration brunch to honor 8 extraordinary cancer survivors. The 8 proud survivors also received some surprise news. On Sunday, they will be a part of the Reppin' H-Town pregame festivities. Each survivor represented a different type of cancer recognized in the NFL's Crucial Catch ribbon. Tight end Brevin Jordan also attended and shared his personal story of how cancer impacted his own family.
My mother is a single mother of 3 kids. She had stage 3 breast cancer, and the doctor told her she had 3 years to live. My mom could have easily gave up, but she looked at her doctor and said, I'm not gonna pass, I'm not gonna die. Over the course of 3 years though, she fought every day. Every appointment she went to, the doctor noticed less cancer spots. All signs of cancer in my mother was gone.
The Texans' efforts are a part of the NFL's Crucial Catch yearly initiative. Their mission is to raise awareness through early detection and risk reduction in the fight against cancer in partnership with the American Cancer Society. That's going to do it for Texans 360. Saints coming up on Sunday at NRG Stadium before the Texans hit the bye. If you want to catch the Texans in action for any one of their home games, they're going to be home quite a bit in November. Check out HoustonTexans.com/tickets. And a special thanks to Josh Sy, Tyler Suddarth, and all of you watching. That's going to do it for Texans 360. Thanks so much, and go Texans.